Bryson and Carmen. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
That's amazing. How excited are both of you that your hit series that has made an impact to sports anime since a long time? I think that at least the most, if, when I say this, I'm gonna kind of expose my age. The last sports anime that I watched was OG Slam Dunk.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. So how does it feel that Blue Lock has made an impact to anime, especially as well in sports, and now you guys have the chance to be in the big screen? How does it feel?
It feels exciting. It feels amazing. I've gotten to have a little bit of a precursor to Blue Lock with Haikyuu, which was another amazing sports anime that did super well. And to be able to be a part of another one, like I couldn't be happier. I'm seeing a lot of great things with Blue Lock and a lot of parallels to that show that like I feel like it's just getting started. The hype train is just now leaving the station. Like everyone's gotta everyone's gotta get on there before like it blows up because like it's definitely just getting started and it's exciting.
Yeah, I'm freaking amazing. Feeling amazing just because as an actor in anything, you never know what's going to go. A pilot could never take off. Commercial could never show, and so you just never know what's going to happen. So I was so excited that this is even being compared to Slam Dunk and Haikyuu already in its infancy. It's already being spoken about with the goats and the greats. So I'm blessed to be a part of this team.
That's amazing. And wanted to know because you guys play the main cast, the main characters of this film, Nagi and Rio, as well from the hit series. How does it feel that in this case, Nagi is like the face of this film? And how does it feel that you guys working on season one? I have not had the chance to see it. So I imagine from what I saw in the film, season one is like you have these two friends trying to make it to be the best of the best in the world of soccer. But in this film, things change throughout the film, not to give any type of details for our viewers. But how does it feel that there is kind of a shift with your characters on this film?
I feel like the show, especially for these earlier moments, we got to see a little bit of it, but then this movie gets to hone in a little bit more on these two characters' origins and how they came to be in Blue Lock and their initial impressions of it. Whereas the TV series is really good for delving even deeper into those shifts that happen near the end of the film. And so I feel like they're a really good combo package together. But like the fact that they were able to do a film focusing on somebody other than like the main character of the TV series, it's exciting, and I feel very like lucky that they decided to do one about the character that I played, Nagi, and Reo as well. And I think that had to do something with like them having a spin-off manga as well, and basing that off of, I guess, character popularity over there. But what I love about Blue Lock and shows like it is that it just has such a wide variety of characters that are all super well fleshed out, and they all feel very like three-dimensional, and that like any one of them could be the main character of their own movie or their own TV series. And I just feel particularly excited and lucky that they happen to choose one about Nagi, and I'd love to see more about like some of the other characters as well.
Yeah, it was amazing being able to have more screen time and as an actor, or even take it to sports, the ball's in your hand, it's up to you to score it or drop the ball. And so it was amazing. I love that chance to be able to show what I can do as an actor. And then in the show, just speaking to the show, the ensemble, it's such an amazing, like once you do get your chance to get your hands on the show, you're going to be fighting with your friends. Who's your favorite character? It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon in that sense. You can argue all day. This guy's strongest. No, he's going to be better. No, he's better now. And so I love the ensembleness of who's your favorite. Who's the main character? Who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? I don't know. It's up to you.
Beat up your dad. No.
Yeah.
Is now that they have announced as well that there's a second season coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready for season 2?
I can't confirm too much like what the production cycle is going to be like that, but I'm hoping that we get to work on that just as quickly as we did the first season. Like I'm super excited to do more with this world and these characters. Like I couldn't be more like anticipated.
Yeah, and just tomorrow isn't guaranteed when it comes to what you may or may not be doing in life and as in the show. And so Rayo, I don't know what's in the cards for my character, but I'm loving that he's in this movie right now. So we'll see what happens next.
How, guys, I want to know, how does it work as you guys as voice actors? Because I understand that these anime normally is recorded first in Japanese, and then it's like it takes a time to be dubbed. How does it work with you guys? How do you guys get back into your characters on that longevity when the anime releases in Japanese first?
So especially with returning to this from the movie, it has been about a year and a half since we finished the TV series, and so luckily, the studio is very diligent about having reference material from like, oh, this is how you sounded at the end of the series back then, and like this is kind of where we want you to still sit, and that's just part of our job as the actors to be able to hear that reference and kind of get back into that zone. And I feel like especially with anime, it makes it even easier to get in the same energy as previously left off, because the animation is already finished. We can hear the original Seiyu's performance and kind of just snap back into that zone. And at least for me, it feels like just like stepping right back into it is instantaneous. It's very easy to just kind of go back into it. So long as I just need to know, okay, where in my voice does it sit? Okay, we can go and I'll just match what I'm seeing. And no, yeah, I don't know so much for Cayman's experience, but I'll let him speak to it as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Bryson's a beast, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous. I was a little insecure, man. It was some time off, and so I couldn't wait to get my hands back on Ray. I was like, I can't wait to do this again. But now it's time to do it. Here's all the lines. Let's go. And like you said, we get the reference track, we hear it, and I'm like, I think I can still do it. It's been a minute since I had to perform versus just speak for some fans. But that first breath in the film, I think my first line is a breath, and the second I heard that, and we were off and running. Like it was like it was like it was an emotional experience of just feeling like the character coming back into you and going, okay, let's go, let's do this thing.
Is there any key personality from each of your characters, from Nagi and Rio, that you guys take to your daily basis? Because I know that each one of them have very key personalities, and I think that a lot of the fans probably connect with each and one of them. Not only them, but the whole other ensemble of Blue Lock. But is there any personality that each one of you take from your character?
I feel like I, as a person, am a little bit more go-getting than Nagi in certain ways, but there are definitely days and especially like chapters in my life where I have felt very much like Nagi in that, like, man, I just don't want to really try so hard. I just want to sit at home and play video games all day because I'm very much a gamer. And so there's anybody in any field I can imagine is very much like, oh, wow, I've reached a certain amount of success. I'll just kind of like rest on my laurels and let things come in as they come in. But then you get those moments in your life where like, no, I need to really like go back to like that passion that I used to have and kind of like continue and continue to work towards things. And I feel like working on Haikyuu and then this right after like has really lit that spark back in for me. But I definitely feel like there are moments where I can really relate to Nagi just wanting to be like, I don't really want to work ever again. I just want to play video games all day.
Our favorite aspect, I'd say, for Ray would be his need to have his dream be his own and to prove to the world that he can get it. And so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully he'll be able to do that. But just that, the energy that he approached that dream with was something that I definitely related to, where wanting to be an actor in Irving, Texas, so far away from Hollywood. How? What, are you crazy? No, you need to go do this. You need to go that. I'm like, no, I want to do it. And I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to do all these things. And it's like, this guy's crazy. That's never going to happen. And to be able to prove all those people wrong, just that energy. And so that energy that Rayo has about wanting to prove people wrong and chase his dream, I love that.
Is there any scene from this film that you guys just loved when you guys recorded it on the booth?
There's a couple of particular moments near the end of the film, and I don't want to spoil too much about it, but like there were just a few moments where like Nagi really starts to find what he likes about the game for himself, as opposed to just in a relation to his friend, and finds that frustration that he gets and all that stuff, and like just some of the acting I was able to do in those moments, I just felt like, wow, this is why I want to be an actor. Like getting to work on stuff like this is like why I do this at all. And so like those were always like super fun to be able to be a part of.
doing the same dance as Bryson. Yeah, I would say any emotional parts in the film, whether it's the humor or whether it's the chance where like whether you're hurt and in pain, those are the moments that was like, yeah, you get to sink your teeth into some true emotions in acting and show what you can do. Because sometimes you might have a line in this thing or a couple lines in this piece, and it's a really character piece, but getting a chance to flesh out a whole character arc in a movie, I couldn't have asked for a better character, a better moment. I'm so grateful.
Mhm. Is there any other character that you would like to see in Blue Lock to interact with your characters? Because I know that throughout the film, you do see that there's like key characters that our heroes or our main cast characters are like very leaning in to better up their game. Is there any other characters that you would like to see? Let's say, for instance, talking about the future, see in season 2 there more interaction between them.
Yeah, I'd like to see Nagi and Rin interact a bit more, just because I feel like they're really good foils for each other. Obviously, they had like there's a game where they play against each other later on in the first season, and not to spoil too much of that, but I feel like I would love to see even more of that dynamic. I also really love in the series they showcase a lot more of his dynamic with Bado, because Bado is very much like that kind of like, yeah, I'm the best, what of it kind of energy, and Nagi is very much like, oh yeah, you're so full of yourself. Like I love their snarky kind of like back and forth that they have without the throughout the series as well. So I would love to see more Nagi Bado content.
Yeah. I'd say if you don't know about soccer and you're more like football or basketball, I'd say Rayo's kind of like a point guard or quarterback with him. Like I'd love to see him surrounded by more weapons. I feel like he's such a good distributor and able to set people up and make people shine, just like Nagi. I'm like, I would love to see him surrounded by more weapons, or on a joking side of things, just more women in the show. What do they hang out with some women outside of all these locker room guys?
Right.
Do you guys think that there should be there's I imagine that there might be, but they don't get that popularized. But do you guys think that there should be like a whole anime based off like female players and have like an ensemble of like amazing female voice actresses and just kill it like these other animes that have been?
Oh, for sure. I think that would be awesome, and it would do really well. I feel like a lot of the sports shows that tend to blow up have heavily featured men in the past, just because like it seems to be the kind of show that's like, oh, it's a lot of like boys that are muscular and they're athletic, and so like it has a certain level of appeal to not even just the male power fantasy, but like some of the female fans in the audience are like, oh, he looks so pretty, he's my favorite, kind of thing. So I feel like it would do well if they had a show, a more of a serious sports show focusing on a female cast. I know that there have been some shows in the past that are like sports adjacent, but they tend to be more just like fan service or like a slice of life comedy that just kind of happens to have the sport in it. But like I would definitely love to see a more serious attempt at like a legit like just sports drama show featuring a female cast.
Yeah, man. If I'm you, man, I'm hurry up and write that idea. Don't give anyone your idea. Go work on it immediately. That's a good idea.
Don't show them your poker hand.
Yeah, I'll watch the hell out of that. That's awesome.
Is there
right, John? We have enough time for one more question.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So this will be my final question for both of you. If you guys had the chance to work on any other anime, it could be a classic, it could be an OG. If you guys had the chance to work on one of them, which one will it be?
For me, it's pretty much any childhood product or property. That's the word I was looking for. Any childhood property like a Mega Man or a Digimon. I've gotten to touch a little bit of Pokemon, and with Pokemon Unite, I voiced the system voice in that, but I'd love to be a part of the show. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a dream come true. I got to be a part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens a couple years ago. So just want to collect all the childhood shows and be in all of them.
I'll piggyback off that and say I would love to be a super villain in the Dragon Ball universe. I would love to take on Goku and whoever, and Vegeta, and I would love to be the bad guy in one of those.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for giving me the time to talk about Blue Lock, and I'm super excited when people get to see this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for having
much.
us.